Hi, I'm coming to you again from lovingmyself.neen.com. I'm Melissa, but as I say before, you can call me Sister Joyful. And I'm coming to you today with a subject called How to React in the Midst of a Heated Argument. And as we know, in relationships today, whether married, single, just friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, all relationships have turmoil. It wouldn't be a relationship if you didn't have arguments. And so my subject today is, what do you do in the midst of those heated arguments? Because sometimes in the midst of those arguments, things can get very out of control. And so that's why I'm coming to today, because I have learned that in the past that most of the times in the midst of these arguments there's when the most negative things, the negative confessions in our life are made. And as I told you before in previous blogs or previous videos, that our negative confessions definitely, it shapes the way our life ends up. And so most of the times we say these negative things, and not knowingly we affect the persons that we are uttering those negative things to. And then those things end up, following that person for the rest of their lives, because you said it in such anger. Sometimes we can say things and it's kind of light, and so okay, so maybe you just said it once. But when you're saying something bad to a person, a negative thing to a person in the midst of a heated argument, you have emotions involved, and therefore within yourself you seal it. You seal that thing, that negative confession that you have made. And so that's what I want to talk about today, because so many times the ones who are really affected is the children around us. And we, the grown-ups, mostly, we don't ever think about the children who's around watching or listening to those heated arguments. Those things definitely plays a part on their future also. And so here are some of the things that I try to do in the midst of heated arguments to help me. And I would like to list a few of them for you. The best thing to do, I say, in the midst of a heated argument is bite your tongue. Don't let one word escape from your mouth. Try your best. I know a lot of us fail at that, including me, that when someone is at you, the best thing you can do is try to bite your tongue, because our tongue is like that of fire. It can spark a small fire, but when that fire has come to its full progression, it is a blazing consumption, and it eats up everything. So try your best to bite your tongue. Another thing that you can do is, no matter how you're feeling, try to stay calm. Don't let anger and rage come up and consume you. Because at that time, mostly, is the emotions start getting in. And now, again, you're getting flooded with thoughts, negative thoughts. They come. All kind of things to say back to the person to either hurt them or make them feel worse than what you were feeling. So watch out for that. One wrong word can send the whole thing to, it can break up friendships, it can break up marriage. One wrong word, but one right word, or one thing done, one act or one thought that you acted on in love, can help that whole situation just dissolve. Now, like I said, I'm coming from experience when you, with your friends, sisters, family members, when you're talking to them, how these things very quickly get out of control. And then another thing I have learned to help is ask that person, right now, I'm not in my best mind, so please give me a chance to just think, to calm down, and we can talk about the situation later. In the past, it has helped me a lot to ask the person nicely to give you a little time to calm down. Because when you calm down, you're able to think about some things. You're not bombarded so much with all those negative things to say back to the person. And another thing is, don't run to food. Don't run to sex. Don't run to friends to help you out, telling, oh, this person said this, oh, this person said that, because out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word is established. So don't go run around telling everything that negative have went on in your argument or in your relationship. because it seals it after one or two person hear it. They tell somebody else, and they tell somebody else, and now it seals that matter. And so now, and another thing, don't run to sex, don't run to self-abuse. You know, people cut themselves, people sleep, some people eat, some people do all bad things to themselves in the midst of hurts like that. So don't run to those things. I have found running to God, talking to God, it actually helps me to release the pains that I'm feeling. Don't try to suppress the pain. Try to deal with the pain. And the only way I have known to deal with the pain is to ask God, so simply, God, can you help me in this moment of my pain? Can you take the pain that I'm feeling away and help me deal with the pain? Because if you don't do that, I have learned that, you know, all these other things that you do on the side, it begins to consume you, and that becomes the thing that you run to every time, which is not very healthy. Let's see. Like I said again in the past, when you're in the midst of those arguments, there's so many negative things that's coming into you at one time. Try your best to reject every negative thought, because it's going to come. In the midst of arguments, I'm telling you, stuff be coming up from years ago, stuff be coming up from months ago, weeks ago. They just be flooding your mind. So at that point, you have to try to reject it. Reject those bad thoughts. Shut it down. Don't receive anything. Don't receive no thought that come to you at that time, because usually they're not the right thoughts. Do completely the opposite of what you are feeling. And that is so hard to do, but the more you do it, the more you come into the practice of doing it. If something tell you to hit that person, don't hit the person. If it tells you just, you know, leave, walk out while the person in the mid-sentence, don't leave. Try your best to stay calm. Now, leave. If not, the situation get to the point where it's out of control, then definitely leave, you know. It's not good for you to hit the person to hit you. You need to calm down. And so these are things that I'm talking about, because really, you know, in relationships, we need to know how to react in those difficult times in order to know how to stop confessing negative things that come into our life and overwhelm us. All of this is a part of building the total you. You know, lovingmyselfagain.com, this is some of the things that we talk about. These are some of the blogs that we have to help you focus on those inner things that actually eat away at your life. And so remember that. Think of those things. Think on the things that are true. Think on things that are lovely. Think on things that are on good report. And if there be any virtue in you, if there be any praise in you, think on good, positive, wholesome things. And remember, I'm coming to you again from lovingmyself.com. Love others, and then love yourself first, and then you will be able to love others. Thank you.